morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your work week forecast for August 28th through September 1st. I know a lot of kiddos go back to school this week, so the weather starts to take on, that kind of importance again. We're heading towards the time of year where, we're not quite to, obviously snow is not happening yet, thankfully. But we are headed towards that time of year where the weather tends to get more impactful, although obviously it's been a pretty impactful with weather summer here with all the rain. Okay, anyways, as we take a look at your forecast, let's start off with radar. Sorry, this is not my normal radar. This is National Weather Service's radar presentation. All the radar actually comes from the National Weather Service, but the graphics presentation changes. My normal radar site is down this morning. Not really sure what's going on there, but the site's down. So anyways, that's what we've got this morning. Radar doesn't show a ton, except we can see that the moisture is sort of heading from the southeastern United States towards the northeast. On satellite, you'll see that it's not quite making it to the northeast, but we do have some sort of overrunning, not precipitation, but overrunning moisture and kind of warmth that's making its way across the northeastern region, across New England. And then we're going to have a front that's going to trigger some of that, which will bring us some showers and some heavier rain, not real heavy rain, but some heavier rain Tuesday overnight into Wednesday. And I'll show you how that's going to happen as we go forward. Let's take a quick look at satellite. You can see basically three main factors, maybe a fourth main factor. Here's our trigger for our rain on Tuesday into Wednesday. Here is the moisture somewhat surging north. I mean, surging is that's a little over the top, but moisture moving north after a kind of a brief drier day yesterday, especially overnight last night. Here's Hurricane Franklin, a pretty strong Category 3 hurricane here across the Atlantic. Was Category 4 briefly. This is not headed in our direction, but it's kind of slowing down and kind of pushing moisture. It's had that effect of kind of pushing moisture to the north and west, and that is part of what's heading in our direction. We also have a tropical system down here, Tropical Storm Idalia. This is not going to affect our region. Going to give a lot of rain to the southeastern United States and some wind as well, although it doesn't look like it's going to get that strong, although certainly Florida coast got to pay it. But not a problem for our weather at all. It's really this, and this all combining to kind of stall this boundary layer out and then trigger some showers and thunderstorms kind of on the backside of it, which will give us some moderate to heavy rain Tuesday night into Wednesday. Nothing that's going to cause any huge problems except that it is going to rain. So Tuesday midday, here's the basic overall setup. We've got kind of a cold front draped across the country with a low pressure system north of the Great Lakes. The low pressure system is actually going to kind of head off to the north and the east, and have a chance to develop a couple of other low pressures. Weak areas of low pressure along the front as it heads in our direction, and you can see that happens. Oops, no, not quite that well. Well, it will happen overnight, but by Tuesday overnight, here's where the front starts to really approach us. And again, we got the moisture in place. We've got a trigger here in the front, and that allows for some moisture to really head up in our direction. Again, we're not looking at more than probably half an inch to an inch of rain, maybe an inch and a quarter. And if we get some heavier bursts, we could get some briefly heavy rain out of this. Again, not enough to be any kind of real problem, but it will be wet. And by the time you wake up on Tuesday morning, I think most of the precipitation, or Wednesday morning, I should say, most of the precipitation is done, most of the heavy precipitation, but it will be wet on the ground and everything like that. If we take a look, you saw this already, but Wednesday midday, the front's starting to clear. And behind the front, we have pretty nice weather. Clouds will linger somewhat, but we'll be transitioning towards nicer weather towards the end of the week. So if we take a quick look at your 5-day forecast for the week today, low clouds this morning, but they should burn off. We should see some sun. Then we'll get more clouds this afternoon with a little bit of instability in the air, some sprinkles. Not a lot of rain with this, but just a few sprinkles. Tomorrow's kind of warm, has a muggy feel to it. Temperatures up in the low 80s. It'll feel like summer tomorrow, definitely. And then overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. A lot of schools start on Wednesday. Some start on Tuesday. So anyways, if Wednesday's your first day of school, you probably start off with some rain. Although the heaviest of the rain will probably be over by daybreak on Wednesday. Thursday is kind of a cooler day behind that front. A little bit of an early fall feel to it with temperatures in the upper 60s, a mix of sun and clouds. And then Friday's a really, really nice day. Sunny, not a lot of humidity, but temperatures in the low to mid or in the mid 70s for a lot of us, upper 70s for those valley locations. Overnight lows still after starting off kind of a little chilly for this time of year in the mid 40s whenever we get that Canadian air this time of year, it does get kind of cool. Let's take a quick look at those work week highlights. Oops, gotta scroll to those. Sorry about that. Most impactful weather event of the week is rain Tuesday overnight into Wednesday. Low clouds burn off Monday with a decent amount of sunshine before a few sprinkles this afternoon. Tuesday brings a mix of clouds and sun, cooler after the front on Thursday, and the best day of the week for outdoor activities is Friday. All right. I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank them for what they do to help support the channel, and thanks for all of you who just watched the videos. Now that we're back to fall, now that I'm back from traveling, we will be back. I will be back on Mondays with your work week forecast. I may try to push those to Sunday after evenings. Not sure if that's going to happen or not, but basically, sometime Sunday evening or Monday morning, you'll get a forecast, and then also on Friday mornings, you get your weekend forecast, and that usually is out pretty early on Friday morning. All right. Thanks for joining me, and like I said, I'll be back Friday with a look at your weekend forecast.